Anniversary month is almost here. We can't believe it's almost been 2 years since we started sharing the journey with you all, and as a thanks to everyone who's found us along the way, we have lots of goodies planned for January. First off, we have new merch dropping soon, so keep an eye out for that at ttrpgswag.com/pages/rollforfocus. And for the month of January, everyone can get 10% off our entire shop with the code RFF2years. Second off, all of our January Patreon content will be released for free on the main feed, so everyone can get a taste of what it's like to be a patron. And for our patrons, we're running a giveaway. Anyone who joins our Patreon by January 31st, including free tier patrons, will be entered to win. The prize? A crocheted Roll for Focus pill bottle keychain made by me, Cody. We can't thank you guys enough for listening to and supporting us. Thanks! Thank you so much for listening to Roll for Focus. Don't forget to rate and review us wherever you listen. And if you want to support us more, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. Or, if you can't afford to subscribe to us full-time but still want to help, you can go to our Ko-fi and make a one-time donation. Enjoy the episode!
Hello, welcome to Roll for Focus. With me I have...
Mars, pronouns he, they. I'll be playing our ever-changing fighter, Rokane, pronouns he, him.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I'm playing our lovely single dad, Leonin Ygin, pronouns he, him.
I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I'm playing Zealous the Tiefling Sorcerer, who's shutting down a little bit, pronouns he, him.
Now, Zealous is a little grumpy.
I don't think grumpy, I think sad.
Very.
Just swad.
Did you say swad?
Swad.
I'm a whittle swad.
I hate that.
Me too.
Anyway, I interrupted your introduction. Who the fuck are you?
You know, that's a really in-depth question, and I've been talking a lot to my therapist. Who am I? I'm Emily, pronouns they, them. I play everyone else in the world. Last time on Roll for Focus, victory sometimes can suck.
Yeah.
The aftermath of the absolutely devastating fight was seen. People half-turned both in lycanthropy and icorness abound on the battlefield. The legendary party not doing well either. And then Rokane back at the bunker found a passed out Caxus and had to do one of the most horrifying things Rokane has ever had to do, take care of somebody else.
Gross.
Lexori is currently keeping Zealous busy because Zealous is shutting down, and Ygin is walking over to Chandra, and that is where we'll pick up.
Except first, happy 2-year anniversary!
Happy 2-year anniversary!
Oh my-
Happy New Year's!
And Happy New Year!
I can't believe we've been doing this for 2 years that y'all have heard.
Yeah, we've been releasing episodes for 2 years,
Yeah.
and we've been recording for like almost 3 at that point.
What do you mean 3 years? That doesn't seem right.
But yes. Have a little happy note there before things get heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, 2-year anniversary.
Yay, 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, and you know what that means? That means you're going to be getting hyper focuses on the main feed. You're going to be getting...
All of our Patreon content for this month will be free on the main feed.
We haven't decided yet, but there's probably going to be another Patreon giveaway, another...
And probably new merch as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's August for us right now, so we haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah. We just know stuff will be happening.
And as per usual, you probably already heard a little clip at the beginning of this episode of me actually telling you what all's happening in January.
But yeah, so much to look forward to. You guys are going to get to listen to me and Cody play Perihelion.
Mm-hmm. That was a good game.
You're going to cry. You're welcome.
It was emotional.
Emotional damage.
I played the sun, they played the moon. Anyway.
We should do this emotional damage.
Yeah, we should deal with this.
Emotional damage! As Ygin heads over to Chandra looking somber, as he has been kind of this whole time, but there's also this vague anxiety burning in his gut now because he knows this conversation, no matter how it ends, is gonna suck.
Yeah, Chandra doesn't say anything, just sort of looks at you, and you can see her just steeling herself. Not, like, as bad as when she was infected, but you can already see, like, sort of defenses.
Ygin just lets out this really heavy sigh, kind of scrubs a hand over his face before looking at her going, Chandra, I am very tired.
I think we all are, Ygin.
You know what I mean.
Tired of me.
Tired of how you act at times, yes. It's been over a decade of promises that just get broken.
I would think, being in this situation now, you'd at least understand some of it.
I scry on my daughter every single night to check on her. I've sent her letters. I've scrounged for every sending scroll I can to keep in touch with my family.
I think that does hit her. Maybe not in the exact way of, like, feeling bad, but it's that thing of, like, I have so much more resources than Ygin. Like, maybe the scrying every night isn't something I could do. But even just the sending scroll at the level
even just
they're,
a goddamn letter.
Yeah, at the level they're at,
could even have Lexori be like, Mom says hi, like.
Yeah, which she has done a time or two.
But at Chandra's request, or Lexori just being nice?
Yeah.
I get it's difficult, Chandra, but there's difficult, and then there's the excuse of it being difficult.
I don't know what you want me to say, Ygin, especially when you don't seem much interested in the things I say anymore, which I understand.
I just want you to finally make a decision, Chandra. I want you to either decide your daughter is worth being in her life, or acknowledge the fact that one day she's going to resent you for how many times you've let her down. She already doesn't believe it when she hears you're going to come. She hopes. She hopes she's wrong, and that you'll show up when you say you will. But when Holland or Lexori or even Raiden shows up going, sorry, Cub, Mom can't make it this time, she's not surprised anymore. And she's old enough to understand what's happening. And it's not fair to her, to the 11-year-old girl, to be like, well, the rest of the world's more important than you, so that's why she can't be here.
She sighs, and it's that thing of, she's too tired to fight right now. Like, physically.
Yeah.
But also, she's feeling defensive. She's trying to think before she speaks, but she's also on edge. And I think finally she just kind of admits, I think I always assumed there was time to make it up.
I mean, she will live longer than I do, but it's up to her if she gives you that time or not. And no amount of time will get back the childhood you're missing. You've missed so many of her firsts. At that point, at a certain point, she won't care if you're there for the rest. Anything you do from here is almost to make yourself feel better than her. I get she wasn't planned, and that in another world, she would have never come to be. But it's not fair to take that out on her, since she is here. It wasn't her choice to be here.
Can you give me an insight?
No, because I'm crying already. Well, that's not great. Egan's not happy. That's only a 12.
Could use black stones.
Not right now. It's not.
You see enough to see that as Chandra's thinking, she's also getting emotional. Not in the same, like, tearing up way, but she is getting emotional. And I think you see the look on her face of someone who has had a realization about something that they don't like, that they're somewhat horrified by.
That she's realizing she never wanted her daughter and she's been making excuses to not see her.
Resentment to her daughter. Yeah. Even if it's like, I do want her on some level, I do want to be a mom, the resentment has been winning. And I don't think she ever really truly realized that there was a part of her
that is almost mad Zara took Ygin away from her.
Yeah. And that has made her life something she hasn't thought of, and it's that thing of like, well, when she's not a child anymore, maybe we can get along. Like, she's starting to realize that a lot of her excuses is kind of her waiting for Zara to grow up.
So she can have a, quote, friend instead of a daughter.
Yes. And she realizes that there's this resentment, and there is shame on her face. As for the first time she realizes there is a part of her, and this might be a strong word, but there is a part of her that hates her daughter. That's a hard thing to realize for anyone. How much of that Ygin puts together, you just see the shame and the realization.
Yeah.
You just jumped on really quick to what it was. She goes, so you... Even with what you just said, if I start really trying, you just said that wouldn't be for her. Would that even be what's best for her?
What would be best for Zara is if you say you're going to show up. Or if you have no intent to, don't get her hopes up. I'm not trying to end the relationship between you and her. I'm just informing you that there is a rift there that will only get worse unless you genuinely make a change. And if you keep jerking my daughter around, we will have a problem.
She doesn't object to the use of not including her as a parent.
Which is the second time he's done that in this conversation already.
Yep, and she's noticed. And maybe the first time she kind of tensed, but she doesn't try to claim Zara in this moment, especially after her realization. And I think, still writing off that one insight check you just did, there's also a thing of, she is genuinely trying to think of the right thing and want that, and it feels really shitty to be like, can I have time to think about it, or can I, because she doesn't want to just make a promise of, I'll be better, and then do what she always does. But it also feels so shitty to be like, well, can I think if I actually want to be a mom to my daughter?
And honestly, Egan's not asking for an answer right here and now. He's just stating his case, saying where he's at. And that, he might take further measures if she, down the road's like, I'm going to show up, and then doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not demanding she make the choice if she changes or not here and now. The only thing he's demanding is she change either by getting better or staying away.
Okay.
He's not demanding I promise I'll get better. Because again, like she said, like they've talked about, there's no weight to her words with him anymore.
Yeah.
He does not actually give a shit what she says because he will not believe her either. Her actions scream in comparison to what she says. This is just the first time he's been able to be truly, truly honest with her.
Yeah. She does sort of, and not in that way of before of, I guess I'm horrible, in that low-key, feel sorry for me way. This is a lot more of just I really fucked this up, didn't I?
You have, yes. And I've tried for years to inform you of that, but you brush me off because you always think you know better than me.
Think I know better than most people. And that's not
it's just an admittance on her part, not an arrogant thing.
And I think one thing that is actually really helping this conversation go differently than it would have is she felt what she was like under that ichoric influence.
Mm-hmm. Especially now that it's gone.
And so that shook her a lot more. And so she's on this level of, especially with having somewhat been explained, of, oh, that's me. Mm-hmm. That's me turned up to 100 and it wasn't good. Mm-hmm. So she's also grappling with that. And so she's almost trying to fight the natural instincts, because there's been a few times where her like jaw clenches and she clearly wants to make this more aggressive. She kind of sighs and she goes, I am not going to make any promises. They don't hold any weight.
No, they don't.
I'm not even going to try and say... And again, there's this guilt, but also this acceptance of that I care and love our daughter, because I haven't shown that. And I don't even think I could answer a question about her.
I don't think you could either. Literally everyone else, Raiden included on your team, could.
Does she still like dancing?
She likes to dance. It is not a goal of hers anymore.
Does she still hate carrots?
Only if they're not cooked how my mother candies them.
A dinosaur is still the coolest?
A small smile does finally kind of break on his face. It's a bittersweet one. And this is below the bare fucking minimum.
Yeah.
But most of the time. But octopuses are really cool now.
A very watery chuckle. Especially because a lot of this knowledge is outdated. It's from like
3-4 years ago. Yeah.
And again, it's almost this weird thing of like, she did retain this. So there is a level of her.
But it's more the idea of her child than her actual child. Yeah.
And she's like, she is her whole own little person.
Mm-hmm. And gets more and more independent every day.
Don't make any promises, but I know you're going to see her soon. Can you at least tell her I say hi?
I can do that, yes.
And I won't make any promises. I don't know. She kind of sighs, because there is the realistic thing of saying, I'm on my way, and then something truly catastrophic does happen, and she doesn't want to, like, cost that. But she's like, what sort of warning should I give if I do decide I want to try again? I'm sure me just showing up unexpectedly isn't exactly welcome either.
Start with letting me know you want to come. Okay. And at least I'll be aware. And if you show up, it can be a pleasant surprise for Zara the first couple times.
Which means if I do come see her, it won't be any time while this is all going on.
Unfortunately not, most likely.
Unless I reach out and you give me permission.
Yes.
Kind of nods. And then another realization, and she's like, I don't think I know what I want to do with my life, Ygin. I don't know if I should be doing this anymore. And not like looking for the...
No, yeah.
Like, yes, once upon a time, and there's a little of that there of you were my rock, and you always gave wise words, but it's just this very vulnerable moment. And she's like, I felt what that did to me, and from what you say, that is me.
He just gives a very small, solemn nod.
And I'm not sure the person that I just felt like should be doing what I'm doing.
Then I suggest perhaps you talk to your family about that. And looks over to the boys in Harlan, to Lexori, the inference of Artie off in the distance, you know.
Yeah.
As much as you don't like to be vulnerable in front of them, that might actually bond you closer than you are. You have to be a person with them, for them to see you as a person, Chandra.
It might be too late there, too.
I don't
At least with some of them.
If you're genuine, I don't think any of the bridges are beyond mending.
Not even Harlan's.
Theirs will take the most work. I'm not going to lie. From what I understand, you've been treating them very poorly.
Looks down.
But I don't think they'll write you off entirely if you try.
Kind of nods. And the words you spoke to her not too long ago that started her on this sort of self-introspection. I didn't want to be this.
I know.
I don't know when it happened.
He kind of doesn't know what to say for a moment, but the downside of closing yourself off when it happens little by little, before you know it, it's entire.
I know it doesn't mean much, but I am sorry. And for a moment, you see her.
Mm-hmm.
The woman you knew, the woman you loved.
And for once, because he doesn't want to feel the way about Chandra that he does.
No.
He hates this visceral dread he feels anytime she comes up. But despite it all, he does kind of like offer a hand, not like handshake hand, but like holds a hand out to her.
Yeah. She takes it very hesitantly. In this moment, being a woman she hasn't been for a very long time, a woman you haven't seen, that you maybe didn't think was
reachable again.
Yeah.
So I think in this moment, he takes her hand and gives it a squeeze. And then before he can second guess it, because it is probably a bad idea, but he does pull her close and hug her really tight.
Chandra hugs you back very hesitantly, like she thinks this might be some sort of trick. I'm going to try to be better. I just don't know what that looks like yet. But that's the only word I can give.
And whatever that looks like, I do genuinely hope you can find whatever it is you want, Chandra.
I'm sorry I've missed out on what sounds like an amazing little girl.
I mean, you can have some idea she is half you.
I'm pretty sure she's also mostly you.
There's a very watery chuckle, and he squeezes her again before finally kind of taking a step back.
She does kind of look down and go, I don't say this to do what I might normally do with that, which I know is hard to... I think I need to learn to stop loving you. I know you've long since lost that with how I've been. But I think that might be the first step.
He kind of gives a small nod, and it's like, I genuinely hate that I learned how to stop a long time ago.
I don't regret loving you.
No. I can't regret any of that. I just hate where it led us.
I wish it could have been different, that I could have been what you both need.
As much as it might be too late for us, it's not too late for you to learn how to be that for Zara, if that's what you want.
A part of me does.
And it's not a decision or a change you have to make right away. I just want you to be more mindful going forward with her.
I know you have to go.
Unfortunately.
Can you tell me a little bit about her? And I promise for once I'll actually listen.
He gives a little nod, and I think I can do that, yes.
And I think that's where we can go to a break.
So I can cry a lot, yeah.
I also have to figure out gems.
Oh. Hey Hey guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without the support of our listeners. If you'd like to support us even more, you should head over to Patreon and check us out there at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. You'll get all kinds of cool stuff like our hyperfocus episodes that release on our off weeks, where we talk about the episode and our thoughts and predictions about the future of the show, us playing games in and out of character. You can suggest an NPC or a magic item for Emery to give us in the world. There's some fun canon-adjacent shenanigans and backstory info you can find. And we have 2 mini-campaigns running. For patients and higher tiers, we have our first side tangent campaign called The Pilgrimage. Emery and I are running a Tales of the Valiant game where a beastkin war cleric of the trickster god Nakresh is on her very first official pilgrimage. What could go wrong? And Play to Your U tier gets our first off-topic campaign called Clean Slate. It's a quote-unquote blank sheet D&D campaign. What does that mean? You'll have to listen to find out. And we're enacting our very first Patreon stretch goal. When we get to 50 paid tier patrons, Emery is going to run a one-shot where we play a group of adventurers that run into the ancestors before they became the world-saving heroes we know now. Even more fun, patrons will be able to pitch character concepts we'll choose from to build our one-shot characters. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar we make goes right back into producing our podcast with the hopes we can improve and make it everything our listeners deserve. Thanks!
Welcome back.
We've cried a lot.
Quite a lot. Hey, Muzz, hand these to Cody. More gems for Cody.
And I thought I was going to be out of gems when we left to breathe. I got 3 more white ones, a black one, and another clear one.
Again, lots of conflicting emotions. I don't expect you to start getting these clear ones again
For a while.
anytime soon. But there are just so many conflicting desires, emotions, wants, and needs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you sat down, you talked a bit to Chandra.
Told her some of the highlights about Zara and little Ygin and what they get into, what Zara likes to do, how she's getting better at her little jewelry stuff with grandma, and
Yeah, I think a time or two, it's mostly happy, but a time or two, Chandra and Jesse got along pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's hard not to get along with Jesse, but yeah.
Yeah, but now and then there's stories like, oh, geez, little Ygin must get that from Jesse, or, little things like that.
Yeah.
Which is always bittersweet.
Not as danced around when Drake's not there, but
Yeah.
it's still, especially after seeing Corin
Yeah.
change into Jesse so recently, that's kind of also a weirdly not fresh wound.
Yeah. But eventually, you have to go and you have to check in with the others to see if there's anything important to...
Yeah, any last minute stuff I need to do.
But you need to go.
Yeah.
She nods. She doesn't say much. She has stuff to think about, and there's still that part of her that's just really wrought by what she felt with the Ichor. But gives a nod, goes to give you a hug, kind of hesitates, not sure, like that was a once in a...
Ygin will accept it. It's even if things aren't fixed, there's a turned page, if nothing else.
Even if this
It's
ends
not-
in her saying, I'm staying away.
Yeah. This isn't Ygin beating his head against a brick wall anymore. She actually heard him for once.
Yeah.
And, took it too hard. So even if, their relationship will never truly be fixed, that a certain level of his resentment was appeased by this
The bridge
conversation.
will never be rebuilt, but there might be a rope there now to pull yourself through the water.
Yeah. So he'll accept another hug.
Yeah. It's still pretty hesitant.
And a little more awkward this time, as they've kind of come down from their mutual high emotions, but...
I'm sure your exhaustion has hit now.
Oh yeah, by now he absolutely feels like absolute shit. That probably took like an hour.
And then another question is, you told us some of Zara's favorite things. What's Zara's favorite color?
I think purple.
I was also leaning towards purple.
That's why they saved up to get her the pretty purple vest.
Right. I think she digs in her pockets a bit, and it's nothing fancy. Nothing super special, but it's a purple hair tie. Because Chandra has to put her hair up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I know this is a really lame gift.
She'll be happy for it even still. And he will take it and tuck it away safely.
If her hair is anything like mine.
It's quite long, yes. Has a little bit more of my texture, but
And my hair is very thick. If it's not up in a ponytail, it's almost unmanageable.
Mm-hmm.
Just the smallest of gestures
No, yeah.
of even if I choose to leave her life.
No, yeah. It's something Ygin appreciates.
Yeah.
And he does tuck it away with the and will give it to Zara when he sees her.
Yeah. Kind of nods, and then she goes back to some of the people and starts kind of, in the best way she can, kind of sorting them in, like, direness and how much, like, oh, this one was really aggressive, probably I could infected, but
Especially now that they've had kind of a time to rest and
Yeah.
and it's not just survival mode for all of them.
yeah. Celis, you've been working with Lexori, and
Or at least following her around like a
Yeah.
zombie satellite.
and hopefully, you know, like Cody said, it probably took an hour of a talk and stuff.
I do think Zealous started taking Icar out of people, and if he could, taking it into himself.
Okay, I'm gonna allow it regardless. But how much you do is important. Are you doing it to everyone, or just the ones who look like, oh, this is clearly Icored up? And are you doing it to some that you're pretty sure can't be saved? Or if they look too far gone, do you just go, this one's too far gone? Or do you try?
He can't say anybody's too far gone. He would try with everybody.
Okay.
He cannot, at this moment, make that distinction.
That is fair. I just needed to ask because you're about to get a lot of black gems if
Yeah.
you're truly trying on everyone.
Yeah. It's almost one of those things, if he can recognize somebody's worse, he almost feels like he has to do it more with them to save them.
Yeah, if anything, some of the ones who are more minor, you might...
I don't think he's going to skip anybody that he goes to.
That is fair. So in an hour, I'm just trying to think, because Luxori's giving them proper care, and you're staying by them, and that takes time.
I definitely think it's, he's able to kind of click back as Luxori's giving him a job to do, and that's when he kind of realizes, if I don't, they're going to die. They're
Yeah.
you know, if it's not here, maybe later. I have to get rid of this. I was able to take Monkex. I don't need the gauntlets. I need to do this.
I would say in an hour, like, lesser needed people, probably only like 10 minutes with them, but
Yeah.
the people who are really worse off, 15 to 20 minutes. So honestly, it's only maybe like 4 to 6 people in the span
Yeah.
of an hour.
And I'm also thinking just based on if you're especially trying to take it from people. So I'm actually going to roll to kind of see the state, because that also matters how much you get.
Yeah.
You kind of taking the Ichor from one person, that's not really fucked up. That's just one black gem. You taking Ichor from someone who's really fucked up and maybe beyond saving, that's a significantly more amount of gem.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to roll a d20 4 times, assuming you got by 4 people.
Okay.
And just on the scale of if it's lower, they were in a worse state. If it's higher, they were in a better state, so you would not have gotten as much gems.
Okay. If it's higher and I'm in a better state, does that mean I can do more because they were not as infected?
No, it's you can take that because they weren't as infected, but you're still going along with Lexori to each person. So you're still, the 4 people is that. It's just how much Ichor have you taken.
Okay.
No matter what, it's been 4 people.
Because-
Just for ease.
Like, Sori's not like, yeah, I'm tending to this person, and then you can just fiddle around with whomever you want. It's y'all
Yeah.
are kind of both focusing on that person.
Yeah.
4 people just seems really low for an hour.
An hour's only 60 minutes.
I know, but she can heal with a bonus
She's also-
action of healing word.
She can, but she's not just doing that. She's looking for lingering things. She's looking for concussion. She's doing, because also, yes, she can bonus action healing word, but this is also dealing with diseases, curses, other things like that. So she's
properly triaging them, not just like heal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah,
She's like actually taking the time to look
her
these people
actual
over.
medical knowledge
Yeah.
too.
It's just also in that vein, if he feels like he can get to more people, he might want to start going and doing that.
That is fair. Like, Sori would stop you and ask you to stay with her.
Okay. Meh.
Because she doesn't think you should be on your own, especially... Like, Sori is insightful. She's noticing you're taking it into herself. She doesn't like it. She's not going to stop you because she knows there'd be no point to it in your state. But if she can keep you with her to keep an eye on you, to see how much you took in, to be able to then tell Ygin he took in this amount from this many people. Mm-hmm. So there is a certain bit of strategy here. Not that she's like slowing healing or anything for that. She's just like, especially with me, because we know I don't make healing just heal like everything in the world is right with you now. It's like, okay, I'm going to heal you so you're not about to die, but let me look. Did your bone heal the right way when I healed you? Do I need to reset anything?
Yeah. She's probably going to have to call Zealous back a couple of times, because again, his thought process is not super clear right now, so it's...
Just a few times it'll be like, Zealous, I do really need you here. This person needs to have a bone reset. They need someone to hold their hand.
Yeah.
Like, she will give you valid things to do,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's not like just, oh, come by me, because, one, she knows that wouldn't work. And two, there's plenty to be done.
Yeah. It's in a way his ADHD is kind of really bad at
But
the
also,
moment.
just for ease of rolling, I'm just going to say 4 people, because even if it is minor, she's giving them a full physical.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 17 on the first one, which means it wasn't that bad. That's a nat 1.
Oh, that was a real bad
was
one.
fucked up.
That was a too far gone one on a nat 1. That was a 12. And that's a 10. So for the first one, you're only gonna get 1.
Okay.
For the nat 1, which like Sori probably has to stop you mid-taking things, because it's like that's so much. And if nothing else, at least use the reasoning of, Zealous, you need to be able to help other people, which would probably be about the only thing that would get Zealous to stop, if at all.
Yeah, I'm debating on that.
It's a nat 1 person. They're all but mindless.
I know, but where he's at, it's can he stop himself? Or is it, I dig my heels in and I'm doing it anyways?
Like Sori is stronger with you, she will take you off the field if she needs to.
Like, physically drag him?
Like, physically.
But does he
And
know?
she makes that known.
Yeah.
She's like, Zealous, we need to help other people, and if you don't stop, I'm making you stop.
Sorry, I'm having to think.
No, that's fair. I'm just telling you, like, Sori,
Yeah.
she's very sweet, but...
But she will tough love when she has to.
Yeah. But it's also
Make
unfortunate.
Monket come over here and just fucking body you and drag you away.
yeah.
Shit. No. I think it's one of those, like, you know, when a parent's like, stop touching that, and the kid, like, touches it one last time before stopping. It's like one more little thing than finally stopping.
Yeah. So you definitely get more on that one with you.
3. Oh, dear.
With the second one, which was a 12.
You mean third one?
Yeah, third one. Just 1. And then for the 10... Look at that! So many Blackstones! He is taking a lot into him.
Yeah.
Did he press his threshold?
Oh, that's an
Welcome.
evil look.
Insert Emery Gremlin grin here.
Oh, what did I get now?
You
Oh,
An extra 2 because we passed our threshold.
Your second threshold.
Yay!
We still don't know what that means.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to
darkness, my old friend.
So many Blackstones.
Yeah.
And I will say, with that, Zealous, I feel like the more and more you take in, the more stubborn you get with this. The more absolute, like, irritated when Lexori tries to stop you. Like, you might be a little bit, not in the, oh, I'm so angry way, but in the, I'd say,
more petulant child now.
a bit more petulant. I feel like in you, Icor would enhance your stubbornness.
Yeah.
Your sort of idealistic, if you help, you know, idealistic might be the wrong word, but the way that you're like, if I help, it helps. Like, you know, that refusal to, you know, not be the one who does nothing.
Yeah.
So, like, your compassion, your idealism, your stubbornness, I feel is what really gets enhanced. Not just in general, but especially in this moment.
Yeah.
So you are getting petulant with Lexori when she's like, we need to move on.
Yeah.
And with this last one, that 10, you're like, I feel like there's a little bit more in there. Maybe there's not, but you're feeling really tense of Lexori kind of telling you what to do right now.
Yeah.
Of like, I think you have it all, Zealous. We need to move on.
I'll be right there. Let me just double check one last time.
Zealous.
He's doing it right now as she's talking.
Yeah. She sighs, gives you like a beat, sees Ygin kind of getting and she's gonna share with you, Ygin, a worried look.
Yeah, Ygin is emotionally and physically exhausted right now, but kind of meets her look, kind of looks at Zealous crouched down with someone and just kind of like gives a got it nod.
Yeah. Eventually, of just we need to talk about this so I can both tell you, but also I don't want to lay it on you, but also after that look does give you like a you good sort of look.
Just gives another slow nod. Like, looks exhausted, but doesn't look angry.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about how the conversation went.
Lexori is going to firmly but gently kind of get you on your feet and move you to the next person.
Do I feel like I've gotten it?
You have, but I think with your state of mind, you're almost like doubting yourself. You're the least adept at the Icor, but you're pretty sure.
Okay. Then in that case, it's like, I might come back and circle back to this person, but let me keep going.
But there is that slight resentment of kind of being manhandled, even gently, even...
Yeah. I don't know if it's resentment at that, it's just... It's a resentment at... You don't feel what I feel. I know more about the Icor than you have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, very Rokane kind of line of
Yeah,
thought and
it was a little bit... I know Zealous doesn't like people making choices for him and kind of telling him what to do. And that is what's happening right now. So resentment might not be the right word, but...
Indignance.
Indignant.
Almost.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, just that, like, fucking telling me what to do sort of thing, especially with as much Icor that is in you. It's an emotion you might have regularly that just might not be as strong, like of, oh, I'm slightly indignant and annoyed. You're really reaching your threshold with Lexori, even though you genuinely like her.
Yeah, and I know she's genuinely right, and there are people that need more help and everything, all that, so...
Yeah, meanwhile, Ygin just kind of heading back to Harlan and the boys and is probably just kind of leaning on Monkek at this point.
Yeah, Monkek puts an arm around you and goes, I know the last thing you want is to talk, but I do need to talk to you a little bit.
Of course. I just am very tired, but go ahead.
Yeah, it kind of looks at you. You had the adrenaline shot, didn't you?
And wasn't aware that's what I was injecting myself with, so this was all a surprise afterwards, yes.
It can be rough.
It was a good idea at the time, but yes, all of the everything
The
combined.
headache is probably starting.
And then all of the everything else, just, it's
Yes.
fine. Just talk about whatever you need to talk about. It's kind of like leaning against him and just like leaning his head on his shoulder.
It's about Rokane.
Yes.
He's very frustrated, and some of the things he was saying, it doesn't line up with what I know about you. Oh, why do you throw away his plans?
What plans?
He talked about how he makes a plan, something about protecting, and then the sorcerer went under the water, or you guys move away from him, that he has plans and you disregard them, and then he makes a new plan and that gets disregarded, so he has to keep making plans, and he wonders what the point is if no one follows the plan.
Egan does kind of like finally pick his head up. His eyes had been like closed and everything. Like,
and the whole time
he's
kind of petting your mane.
He's listening, but he does kind of like pick his head back up, kind of cracks an eye at Monkek. He would have to tell us any of these plans for us to listen to them.
Kind of sighs and goes, there was a part of me that thought that might be the case.
And with the sorcerer jumping under the water, sometimes even if Rocaine doesn't tell us plans, he tells us what to do, and zealous is zealous. And I feel like they've known him long enough to get what that means.
Yeah. Monkek is sort of absently running a hand through your mane. The claws actually feel really nice.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And it's very absent because, well, Monkek is not like Harlan of touchy. He can be with his friends, and you are very close to him. He wouldn't be, like, Harlan might do this for, like, Rocaine or Zealous if they really needed it, like, after an adrenaline shot. Monkek would not do this for any of your group except for you.
No, that's fair. And it's just like, Ygin knows he can effectively lay on Monkek because of their relationship. Yeah. If it was, like, anyone else, no. But
yeah. Bud is doing the gentle things and goes, there was a part of me that thought that might be the case. He does seem a little...
He's...
stunted?
He's a noble.
That explains it. Mm-hmm. Then goes, well, you should know he apparently has a lot of plans.
I will make a note to ask him more about those in the future.
And also encourage him to work a little bit more with weapons. I didn't realize his eye loss had been so recent. He's frustrated that he never hits anything, but it seems rather obvious why he isn't hitting anything.
Yes. We've done some training at our headquarters, but there's just been a lot going on in the past couple of months, so we haven't had a lot of time. But no, we are practicing on it.
Just something to keep an eye out, especially work with his increased blind spot now.
Yes, we'll work on it.
Yes. Again, just wanted to help you with the things I noticed in my very little time training him. I would offer to do more, but there's a lot to handle here.
Yes, and I do appreciate you looking at Monkek, and I will keep all that in mind.
Raiden kind of goes, I'm not going to get a chance to look at an orb, am I?
Probably not, unfortunately.
Okay,
And I don't feel comfortable leaving any of the gauntlets with you just for safety reasons.
Not even just one of the...
I don't know how unstable it would be outside of the gauntlet. I don't know how much of it is the gauntlet and how much of it is the orb.
That's fair. The orb definitely has a part to it, but...
No, yeah.
Yeah. No, just in general, from what I was able to tell of it.
Yes,
but I don't know when I'd see you again to give it back. I think it would be definitely safe for 72 hours outside of the gauntlet, but I don't know past that if it's...
And I highly doubt we will see each other again in 72 hours, so...
So this is gonna sound... I never thought I'd say this. We should reconnect on this subject.
Egan's face just scrunches, and he's still laying on Monkek for the record, and it's just like, I hate everything about this week.
Same.
We never talk about this again.
Never.
I want things to go back to normal.
But we're not gonna force it.
No.
We might have to be
cordial.
I think we're cordial now.
I hate that we said it at the same time.
Oh, God. Monkek can't resist because it's almost like you're lifelong friends.
You're not funny when you try to joke, Monkek.
That's deeply hurtful. I'm hilarious.
Ygin just like kind of shaking his
Yeah,
head.
trying to kind of make you smile.
No. And it's working. He is amused. Like, yes, everything with Raiden is weird, but it's like, I can make fun of Monkek and that will make everything better.
Herlin's still vesting, but at least awake enough to just sort of offer a hand.
And Ygin will reach down and take it and give it a squeeze.
Yeah, Herlin just kind of gives you a look of, I don't have a dramatic speech for you, but I'm here for you. All you need to do is call sort of vibe.
Yeah. Ygin will kind of pull away from Monkek enough to just kind of bend down and like press his forehead against the back of Harlan's hand.
Yeah.
Feel a little woozy when he stands back up.
Yeah, I do think Harlan sits up enough to give you a full hug, because also knows with the Chandra, with the adrenaline shot and all that. And I do think Harlan is very tactical, but this is a little more rare, but they think you need it, is going to give just the tiniest of forehead kisses.
Oh,
That's sweet. Yeah. when they sit up, Ygin will kind of like drop to his knees proper and like return the hug, and then just kind of gives a little grin at the kiss.
Yeah. And then just to make you smile a bit, pinches your cheek just a little bit.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Holly. Just kind of gives them a little gentle headbutt.
Yeah. They're like, okay, I'm up now, and stands up and is going to start making their way to their home at this point, even if that's alone. And Monkek kind of goes, I think that means I have to leave too.
Probably. Be safe, both of you.
Yeah. Fully did not ask Chandra's permission.
No, yeah. No, that's fair.
Would ideally take Luxori, but she's needed here. Eventually, Luxori gets up and is like, Zealous, you should get ready to go. I think you'll have to head to Greenberry soon.
I'm ready whenever Ygin is.
Yeah, goes over to Ygin. Basically lets you know Zealous has just taken a lot. He has become more irritable. Doesn't know if that's from Icor or just the fact that it's been a day.
No, that's fair.
And then goes, I do have a slight question that I know you might not know.
Ask anyway.
People who have the Icor that are then killed, are they carriers still?
Yggin's face, like his brow furrows. It's like I never even considered that question.
She's like, just the way you taught this thing wants to spread. Does it still spread from a dead body? Does it just leave? Is it absorbed into them?
Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure, actually.
So maybe I shouldn't have left Curry with Caslin's body to bury it.
Possibly.
It seems like the kind thing to do at the moment.
No, yes, I understand. And I'm not sure how it all works. That's something we'll have to keep an eye on, and I can see if Caxus knows anything, but his information is also very outdated in aspects. But I will reach out as soon as I know anything more. But
it's at the very least something to keep an eye on, both on our end and your end, just to share information.
Yes, because I know there are certain Icoric creatures that are effectively dead bodies piloted, undead piloted by it, but I don't know if it's like they die with it, they come back as that, or if it's just infected.
If it needs a host once it's attached to one or not.
Or if it's just infected corpses, infected undead become that. I genuinely don't know. And he's just kind of slumped, because again, he's got 3 levels of exhaustion right now.
Is she also just starts kind of...
He's like wobbling on his feet at the moment.
It gives a very bad drop.
It's fine. I'll be fine.
I've been trying to improve it a bit so it gives less, but the last time I tried to improve it, it actually made the drop worse.
Oh, no.
It made the effects, it made it last longer.
But in that vein, made it, yes.
Yes. I am trying to work on it, though.
I know. He just gives a little smile. And he's not putting his full weight on her because he's like twice her literal size. But he does kind of like lean against her and is just kind of like hugging her while they're having this conversation.
She's like, give Zoa my love.
Always.
Give everyone my love.
Always.
But Zoa gets extra love.
Of course.
and tell her the next time I come, I'll bring that cobbler she likes.
That will delight her deeply. Yes.
Kind of gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, he'll lean down and let her and then press a kiss in between her horns
You
like
have
he does.
scrying abilities, yeah?
Twice a day, yes, I can do that.
Once a week, can you scry on me? And if I feel you, I'll just let it happen, and I'll give you any information I have. That might be better than sending or anything like that, of just...
Or, best, if you need me to scry, just send
Yes,
and I can.
if
but
you
yes.
can do it once a week and I feel it, I'll let it happen.
I can do that, yes, that's not a problem.
Okay. Gives you another kiss on the cheek and goes, keep an eye on Zealous.
Be
This
safe.
really shook him.
I know.
And I know it shook you too. Are you okay?
I've been better for a myriad of reasons, but
How did... Kind of looks over at Chandra.
he gives a laugh, almost sardonic laugh. And
Yeah.
it's like, it went better than I expected,
That's something?
as well as it could have, almost.
Okay. Is there anything you need from me?
Not right now. I just need you to stay safe.
I can try.
That's all I ask. I know that's the best you can promise, even in the best of times.
Yeah. Kind of gives you another really tight hug and go, you should go. It'll probably be nightfall by the time you get to... Kind of looks up at the sky. It's early evening, so it's like everyone will probably be asleep.
That's fine. Zealous and I need sleep at this rate as well, so I can get him settled in at my place and at least check in with Drake. And because if I wake Zara up, she will not go back to sleep.
No. And I know there's nothing you want more than that, but she needs sleep.
And I need sleep, and we all need sleep, yes.
Sleep. Kind of one more hug. Like, she really doesn't want to let you go
it's-
right now.
Mutual, really tight, gives her another kiss in between her horns, and we'll be in touch.
Okay. Be as safe as you can.
You as well.
Kind of goes, Zealous, I think he's ready.
I think he looks kind of annoyed for a second, but then he does get up and
Yeah.
is...
Yes, I'm sorry that took so long, but we need to get going.
It's good that it did, because I'm able to get some people helped. And he's looking at the remaining people, and it's like, I don't want to leave them, but he knows your family and everything needs
Ygin
help.
kind of gives him another squeeze on the back of the neck and gives him a gentle shake. Not like aggressively, but it's just like, hey, I'm here. Almost kind of shaking you out of it a little bit. But it's more of a comfort thing than an aggressive thing. It's
And also, you're at least aware enough to know that you are on the way to exhausted. Like, it is...
Who cares about that?
Well, yeah, but, like, you need some sleep.
Who cares about
Not
that?
gonna be restful.
No.
kind of pulls out one of his squishes.
I do think the shake did help him a little bit. A little bit of like, okay, yeah, all right. And then we'll pull out a squishy as well.
Off to Greenbury then. And we'll pop his thing. Assumedly, Zealous
Does
follows
it.
suit.
Yeah, like a second later, because I have to
Yep.
make sure
Yeah.
I go where you go.
Appear right outside your house. It is, in fact, quite late here. If it's early evening in Abriu, it is, by that logic, about Ingita well into the... I'm talking probably between, like, 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., like...
Kind of looks around. It's like, I'll let you get settled in here, but I'm going over to Drake's. Kind of unlocking his home
Yeah.
to let
Kinda-
them in.
Pauses like, are they gonna wake up if I go in?
No one will be here. Zara's with my parents, and little Ygin is either with her or at Drake's home. Kind of points to house on either side, like, no one will be here.
I think he kind of nods, and it's
It's like, you can sleep on the couch, you can sleep in Zara's room, you can sleep in my room. I really don't care which.
he's hesitating over. He's still very foggy mind, but it's a little bit of... You're okay?
I'm just tired, but I'll be fine. And I want to at least check in with Drake before I go to sleep, and so I will probably be sleeping over at his house.
Okay.
But if you need me, it's literally just next door.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of. If you choose the couch, we'll get, like, blanket and pillows and stuff out to settle you on, but he really doesn't care if you sleep in his bed, sleep in Zara's bed, like, it don't matter.
I don't even know if Zealous knows where he wants to sleep. I don't know.
At the very least, Ygin kind of tells you where each one is.
With the state Zealous is in, probably it's just like, we're gonna make you the most comfortable we can. So it just, like, takes him to his room, and it's like, get him tucked into Egan's bed.
He's not gonna
Well,
want to get
not full tucked in,
Okay.
but, like, at least it's like, here, sit down, here's some extra blankets. Go nuts.
I have an extra pillow in the closet. Like,
Yeah, like, just make yourself at home. If you want anything out of the kitchen, feel free.
Thank you. As soon as Egan's gone, he is curling over and just breaking down.
That's fair. That's fair.
Absolute breakdown.
Egan's going over and letting himself into Drake's house.
That's fine.
There will be a very brief moment where he checks little Egan's room to see if little Egan's home.
It's not home.
And then we'll immediately go to Drake's room and just immediately crawl into bed with his best friend.
Yeah. Drake wakes up.
Honey, I'm home.
Just immediately shoots up, turns over, hugs you so tight.
No, and Egan returns it in kind.
And meanwhile, so sorry, but Rocane did get a whole episode all to himself. Flash over to Rocane, just over broth.
Is it supposed to be bubbling like this?
And that is where we'll end our episode. Thank you so much. 2 years.
2 years.
Oh my god, 2 years.
We hope you have had as much fun listening these last 2 years as we have had playing these last 2 years. This was a hell of an episode to have on the 2 year.
I am as emotionally raw as Egan is right now.
It was so good.
It was. Made Mars uncomfortable with us literally crying. It
It wasn't that bad.
But thank you so much, not just for today, but for anyone who's ever listened to 5 minutes of a podcast to every single episode.
To all 53 episodes.
53 episodes. Thank you so much. Any deal we're running, go check it out. Anything like that.
Check the episode description. It'll be there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without every single one of you, every single person who listens, who even just interacts with our shit on TikTok and has never listened to a single episode. We couldn't be more appreciative. Just wanted to take that moment to really give that. And thank you to all my players.
And thank you to
And
you.
thank you to our DM.
Absolutely.
Just for being on this ride with me. This is a hell of a one. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You know, the year isn't over yet, but I can't... Yeah, I hope the next one's better.
We can hope. That's all we have sometimes.
But no matter what, into this new year, remember... Play to your you. Bye.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of all things TTRPG related, which I know you are because you're listening to us, you should go check out Crescent Moon Alchemy Co. Michaela and Ryan put all their love into their products, and a portion of each order goes to help support green initiatives. They've got a bunch of cool stuff like potion bottle dice rollers, fidgets, shirts, mugs, and an amazing backpack with more than enough room for all your adventuring gear, and so much more. We're super excited to be ambassadors for them, so go to crescentmoonalchemyco.com/RFF10 and use code RFF10 for 10% off your first order. Do you want a shirt or a poster with your favorite Ouroboros boy on it? Maybe a mug with the Ouroboros symbol? Your very own special depression blanket? Maybe a journal with Thiel's Magpie Shop logo? We have all of that and so much more in our merch store. You can find it at ttrpgswag.com/pages/roll4focus. 50% of all profits go straight to us, and 50% go to TTRPG Swag for hosting and helping. Make sure to check it out. Thank you for listening to Roll for Focus. Make sure to rate and review wherever you listen. Episodes are edited and transcribed by the Roll for Focus team. Character art is by Miedek. She can be found at linktree/Miedek. That's MEDEKH. Intro-outro music is The Last Dragon by Alex Bass. Background music is by Christopher Gallivan. You can follow all our socials, which can be found on our website, rollforfocus.com, or in our link tree. If you want to do more to support us, you can make donations at our Ko-fi or subscribe to our Patreon for as little as $1 a month for all sorts of goodies like access to character sheets, games in and out of character, mini campaigns, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for all the support that you give. We especially want to thank our patrons, like those who have found enlightenment and know that it's best to play to your you, like Luchik, MN House of Cats, and Kusai's husband. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
It's hard to keep Ygин's accent when I'm legitimately crying.
Yeah. So many trigger warnings on this episode.
Sad.
Happy 2-year anniversary!
It's gonna be mega depressing.
Complicated family dynamics.